This is Mon Health Talk, a weekly program focusing on the dedicated physicians, nurses, and staff at Mon Health, the region's premier community hospital system. People with skillful hands and bright minds using state-of-the-art technology. We don't just practice medicine, we care for people like family. That's why at Mon Health you can feel the difference. Once again, welcome to this edition of Mon Health Talk.
And good Monday morning. Welcome to the latest edition of Mon Health Talk here on 104.5 FM, 1440 AM WAJR. Today, we're going to talk about a special event coming up and also men's preventative health, the old PSA and the old prostate issues. We'll get into that with Chris Battin, who is Mon Health Medical Center Auxiliary Board President. And Chris is with us on Mon Health Talk. Chris, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right. So your husband, Dr. John Battin, is a urologist with Mon Health Urology, and you're helping him with this event. Let's take one step back, though. First of all, tell us where you're from, where you and your husband are from, and what got you into the Mon Health system.
Well, we're both from Meadville, Pennsylvania. We met at band camp in high school. And eventually we ended up in Pittsburgh, where my husband went to undergrad and med school, and I went to nursing school there and at Carlow University. And then we moved to Morgantown, where he did his residency at WVU. And then from there, we decided where do we want to work, and we were finished, or when he was finished, and Mon Health was our choice then, and we're glad we did it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so obviously Dr. Battin, a urologist, he deals with many things, but one of the things he deals with, men with prostate issues, and you are sponsoring, or you are helping to bring into focus the Zero Prostate Cancer Walk Run. Tell us about that, when it is, and how did this get put into your lap?
Well, as president of the auxiliary board, the auxiliary does various fundraisers throughout the year to raise money that enhances patient care at Mon Health. And one of the things that we do is, besides raising money, we also promote health awareness in our community. And Zero actually found us because there aren't any zero prostate cancer walks in West Virginia or in the 90-mile radius. So we were honored that they had asked us to participate, and so here it happens, and it's going to be on Sunday, August 28th at 8:30 in the morning at Milan Park, and it's at the track. The address is 1847 Fitness Way, and it's going to be a fun event.
Okay, is it an all-day event? What's on the schedule?
The schedule is, we'll start with registration around 8 o'clock, and then the walk run will begin at 8:30. And Milan Park has been very gracious to allow us to use both the beautiful track up there for who are walking with strollers or just want to stroll. But there's also a cross-country track that is the 5K portion of it, and it's a hilly terrain that a lot of our cross-country runners use for practices and their own events.
Okay, so you're getting started early in the morning where it's cool, and hopefully the weather will cooperate, but it seems like it would be somewhat of a challenge.
It can be, but it's also fun, so you can make it as hard as you want it to be. And the whole event should be over by 11 o'clock, and we're also honoring the patients and their caregivers and celebrating their journey through the prostate cancer process. And there will be food trucks at the end too, to celebrate.
Okay, so get yourself a little bit of exercise. You can walk it, you can run it, you can take that challenge on, and then afterwards treat yourself, right?
That's right.
All right. Zero Prostate. What is that? What organization is that? You mentioned it's the first Zero Prostate event in the state of West Virginia, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. What's the basis of that?
So the Zero Prostate is an organization that raises money for patient care. So all of the money that we raise is used for these programs that support men who are diagnosed with cancer. It's a free, comprehensive support organization. They'll arrange a case manager with the patients to help them and their families manage the cost, the insurance, financial aid, as well as support groups. They empower the men to make informed decisions about their testing and their treatment.
Okay. So this is twofold, if I understand it correctly. It is a fundraiser, but it's also an opportunity for men who are going through this process, or men perhaps who have beat this situation with prostate cancer. It's kind of celebrating them and the people who work with them to try and keep them healthy.
Yes.
Okay. The fundraising aspect to it. How can people get involved in that regard? Is there a cost to sign up for it? Can you donate? How does that work?
So there's no cost to participate. It's free. We just want people to sign up, but if they want, of course, we'll take all donations, and I'll give you the information from the website later on. But we'd encourage people to create teams with their families or people that they work with, and the teams will participate in the walk. They can also get a free T-shirt if they raise $50.
Okay. So when you say teams, can that be two people? Can that be a husband and a wife? Can it be a family of four? Can it be an office group? What are the numbers there?
Absolutely. It could be a one-person team or a multiple group team.
Okay, very good. Again, talk a little bit more about Zero Prostate and how they help people.
So they have a organization where you can talk to someone, and that person would be your case manager, and then they would help them navigate through their whole prostate cancer journey.
Okay. All right. So again, a very deserving organization in terms of helping people that are going through this journey with prostate cancer. Talk a little bit, obviously, with your husband, the work that he does with people. Can you tell us how prevalent prostate issues are and how important it is to kind of be checked out?
So prostate cancer is the second most cancer-causing death. In 2022 alone, 1,500 people were diagnosed with prostate cancer in West Virginia. And the statistics right now are that prostate cancer takes the life of an American man every 15 minutes. So it's pretty serious.
Mm-hmm. So it's a serious issue in the state of West Virginia. It's a serious issue nationwide, without a doubt. We are with Chris Battin, Mon Health Medical Center Auxiliary Board President, and we're talking about the first ever Zero Prostate Cancer Walk in West Virginia. Again, it comes up Sunday, the 28th of August, and registration at 8 a.m. at the Milan Park Track Facility, and that's at 1847 Fitness Way in Morgantown. And Chris, I would imagine that people can just show up that morning and register. Is that good, or do you need to pre-register?
It would be helpful if they pre-register so we can make sure we have enough T-shirts for everyone.
Okay. How do you pre-register?
So the website is called zerocancer.run/Morgantown.
Zerocancer.1?
.run, R-U-N.
.run, okay.
/Morgantown.
Okay, Morgantown. That all makes sense. Very good. We're going to take a quick break here. Again, we are with Chris Battin. We're talking about men's health with prostate cancer. We'll talk a little bit about screening coming up. But, again, the big event, August the 28th, registration at 8 a.m. for the first ever Zero Prostate Cancer Walk in West Virginia. We'll continue the conversation on WAJR after this.
Now back to Mon Health Talk, a discussion of the issues, people, and procedures in healthcare today. If you have a question for one of our healthcare guests, call now at 304-296-0041.
It is Mon Health Talk for this Monday. Thanks for joining us on WAJR. Our guest this morning, Chris Battin, Mon Health Medical Center Auxiliary Board President. In that first segment, we talked about the first ever Zero Prostate Cancer Walk in West Virginia. It comes up Sunday, August the 28th at 8:30 a.m. That's the start time. You can register starting at 8 a.m. It's at the Milan Park Track Complex, 1847 Fitness Way in Morgantown. Again, you can go through the walk. You can run it. You can jog it. You can walk it. And it's a fundraiser. And it's also a celebration of folks that have perhaps beaten prostate cancer, and certainly a celebration of the caregivers that are helping folks get through their prostate cancer journey. And again, we're with Chris Battin. And Chris, I know there's another event that's taking place, another fundraiser that comes up this month. Tell us about the Bartending Challenge.
So the Bartending Challenge is going to be a competition between the urologists at Mon Health, my husband, John Battin, and Dr. David Hall and Dr. Shakiri Rad will be competing against their own physician assistants, Beth Guzzi, Megan McCown, and Lance Bryson. It's going to be held at the Bartini Prime on Thursday, August 18th from 6 to 8. And the competition is who can raise the most tips. And all of the money raised will go towards the Rhine Walk.
Okay, so they're all tending bar in this facility, and I guess they have their own drink recipes, right?
I've been told they're coming up with their own recipes.
Okay, so whoever makes the best drinks, I guess, will get the most tips, and the winner wins the challenge. So it's
That's
wait
correct.
a minute, it's the three doctors against the PACs?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, so the PAC's got a chance perhaps to take out the doctors, at least in this event. Okay, so that's coming up August 18th, 6 to 8 p.m. at Bartini Prime in Morgantown. Chris, again, I know you work closely with your husband, Dr. John Battin. He's a urologist at Mon Health Urology and deals with folks that have these prostate issues. So if you can, talk a little bit about the risk factors and maybe some of the symptoms if somebody out there is having issues.
I think the most important step to take is for the men to talk to their primary care physicians about their concerns. That their doctor can help go over any risk factors that they may have. Usually they start doing screenings around the age of 50 to 55. But if there's a history in their family, they start screening at age 40. Mm-hmm. And the primary care physicians can do all those screenings, and if they find anything that's concerning, then they would refer them to the urologist.
Okay, and again, one of the biggest risk factors is family history. That's probably the biggest one, right? If
That's
your father
correct.
or your grandfather fought this battle, then perhaps you might want to get screened a little bit earlier.
That's correct.
Okay, is the PSA blood test, is that still the best way to kind of monitor things?
Yes, that's one of the ways they can screen them, and then also with a prostate exam.
Okay, so that PSA blood test, very, very important, and I know it's offered. A lot of companies perhaps have health fairs or do their blood work, so there's many ways that you can kind of keep tabs on that. Okay, in terms of symptoms, are there? I know this is kind of prostate cancer is kind of a silent killer, right? There's not many.
That's correct.
There's not many symptoms.
That's correct. That's why it's important for the screenings with the blood test, because there are often no symptoms.
Mm-hmm. So again, get involved with that as quickly as you can in terms of the screenings and the exams. All right, Chris, with the volunteer work you do there at Mon Health Medical Center, we've talked about these two events. What are some other things that you're involved in that the hospital's involved in?
So our biggest fundraiser of the year that we've been trying to have for the past 3 years is the Ball of the Year. It is actually going to happen this year on November 5th, and the tickets will go on sale on September 9th. All the funds for the Ball of the Year this year will be allocated to the Progressing Through Postpartum program.
Okay. And the Ball of the Year, has it been a kind of a COVID casualty the last few years?
It sure has.
How much planning goes into that? I mean, that's you've had a couple of years without it, but I know that's kind of a year-round project, isn't it?
It is. It usually starts around January, and then the event takes place in November. But Sarah McBride, who is our Ball of the Year chair, has hung on since the planning for the 2020 event, and has been canceled and rescheduled, and so we're having it. It's going to happen this year, 2022.
You're all determined.
That's correct.
To get it done. Is there a theme?
It's yes, it is Appalachian Revival. So we're just going back to basics, and it's home, and finally, well, celebrating our local artisans and celebrating our Appalachian culture. That's correct.
Okay, so the artisans and the culture, very, very good. So the Ball of the Year, they're determined to have it. It's going to come back on November the 5th, and tickets will go on sale early next month. So if you're interested in that, certainly get involved. What if people have questions or they need information on any of these events? How can they reach you? How can they learn more?
They can reach us on the Mon Health website, monhealth.com. There's also a tab for the urology. If you have questions there's the monhealth.com/urology. And then there's also the Ball of the Year also on our website.
Okay, so it's all at the Mon Health website. Again, the Ball of the Year coming back November the 5th. And again, a couple of events, the first being August the 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Bartini Prime in Morgantown. That's Dr. Battin, Dr. Hall, Dr. Rad. They're competing against their PACs for tips. That's the Bartender Challenge. So you can get involved there. And most importantly, the first ever Zero Prostate Cancer Walk in West Virginia. It will take place at the Milan Park Track Complex, 1847 Fitness Way in Morgantown. And again, that's Sunday, August the 28th, with registration at 8 a.m., although they'd like you to pre-register at the website. But registration at 8 a.m. on that Sunday for the walk to begin at 8:30, and that is the Zero Prostate Cancer Walk in the state of West Virginia. Chris, good luck with all of this. And again, thanks for doing all this on a volunteer basis. There's many, many people out there that really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. That is Chris Battin, Mon Health Medical Center Auxiliary Board President, on many of these special events coming up. And that's Mon Health Talk for this Monday, 104.5 FM, 1440 AM, WAJR.